Hey English class! Today we're going to talk about a grammar topic that will help you express yourself clearly in English. You can use it to level up your speaking and writing. And it will be really handy when you start practicing arguments and debate. Today's topic is called modality. Modality is a grammar term, and maybe it sounds scary, but it refers to something you are already quite familiar with. In Danish, the words kan, skal, vil, and bør are all examples of modalverber, called modal verbs in English. I bet many of you know how to say some of these in English already. But here's a list of the modal verbs in English. Can, could, would, should, may, might, must, shall, and will. Do you know these verbs already? If there are some you don't know, you can look them up. There are only 9 of them. These modal verbs work similarly in Danish and English. But an important thing to look out for is they don't always translate directly from one language to another. Individual verbs may be used differently. So pay close attention to how they're used in the texts that you read and listen to. Let's look closer at modality. When you express an opinion, it can be positive. The stars are very beautiful tonight. Yes, they are. Or they can be negative. Last night, the sky was not pretty because of the clouds. No, it wasn't. Modality gives us more options in our language use. Because modality expresses a point of view between yes and no. It could be nice weather tomorrow. The forecast said it may be sunny. You might not need an umbrella. In these examples, modality expresses how likely something is to happen. What do you think based on these sentences? Is it very likely to be sunny or not so much? Modality is also used to give orders. Your English teacher might tell you, "You must watch this video before you come to class." Yes, I did that actually. Thanks for watching. Or she might make a suggestion. You can taste one of these cookies if you like. When you're writing, you can use modality to ask the reader, "What do you think?" By doing this, you get the reader to think about the topic. Hey, what's my opinion on this? Modality can make your writing more interesting and engaging for the reader because the reader feels invited into the text. The supermoon in January could be the most beautiful night of the year. When I say could, it invites the reader to think about this. Is that true? Will the night sky be the most beautiful then? Maybe. Or maybe not. Let's try an activity to learn about how we use modality. Look at the bottom of page 1 of your task sheet. In this activity, you will be grading modal verbs. That means you will put them in order from least likely to happen to most likely. If you're not sure, you can use a dictionary or another resource to help you. There's also a hint at the very bottom. It can help to try these words in a sentence and see how strong the meaning becomes. Pause this video now and try to put the verbs in order from least likely to most likely to happen. How did it go? This can be a challenging task, so don't worry if it was a little difficult. We will go over this in class tomorrow, so if you have any questions now, please write them down on the bottom of the page and bring them to class with you. Now let's practice a little more. Look at page 2. Emil has a dilemma. What is it? Read the thought bubbles and think about Emil's dilemma. Try to explain it in your own words. Also try to explain the way he uses modality to express it. Then answer the question. What advice would you give him? Remember to use modal verbs in your sentences. For example, I think you should call her. Which modal verbs are best for giving suggestions? Write down your answers and be sure to bring this task sheet to class tomorrow. We'll continue working with modal verbs and how you can use them when you are speaking and writing. See you in class!